podcast where we watch Blu-rays. Guess what gets taken?
The biscuit!
The biscuit. I'm your host, James.
How are you?
You're my co-host, Jade. Say hello.
Hello.
Looney Tunes. The tunes of the loons.
The tunes of the loons.
I don't know why I wanted to do this one.
Yeah, neither do I.
I thought it would have been good, and I stand by it, to do Who Framed Roger Rabbit, which is the episode we did last week.
Which is a good film.
Which is a great film. And I thought, hey, why not finally do another cartoon live-action crossover? So why not do a film that we've not done yet?
But why this bag of shit?
I forgot how bad this film is.
Why didn't you check out your own Letterboxd review?
What did I give it?
This?
I give it 2.5.
2.5, and that is generous.
I was being generous because of my affection for the Looney Tunes.
And you like the Warner Brothers as well?
No, not so much, because they are villains. First, I think we should both go on record and say release the Coyote versus Acme.
Yes, we need this.
Which that's the whole episode in itself, and I think we should talk about it, but I need to research it a bit more.
Okay.
This is a film that came out 2003.
Yes.
Did you see this film when it came out in 2003?
No, I did not. I didn't know this existed.
Seriously?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm not being funny. Watching it, basically when someone says that, it means I'm about to be funny. When I was growing up, I knew of the Looney Tunes. I liked them. I thought they were good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this came out as I was leaving primary school. And around this time, I think we were on to almost our third Harry Potter.
Oh, okay. So it's that... Is it that long ago?
Yeah, because I remember quite vividly 2003, and I don't know why. So yeah, I think people around that time were talking about Harry Potter.
Yes.
And some of the other kind of exciting young adult stuff that was coming out. So maybe Looney Tunes took a bit of a back seat to that. Didn't we have... Wasn't Star Wars out as well?
I think Scooby-Doo was as well.
Yeah, so I think there was other films, I think, that were just better.
I think you're right. I think this does get lost in that sort of... franchises are kicking in.
Yeah.
Most of it is Warner Brothers. Mm-hmm. So like Harry Potter and Scooby-Doo and stuff like that. All Warner Brothers. They're making bank around this time. I think the problem with this one falls with the background behind it.
Okay.
So Space Jam had the benefit of... I think we're a bit too young to remember them. Mm-hmm. But Space Jam exists because in the 90s there was a commercial campaign.
Yeah. With
Bugs Bunny and Michael Jordan to sell Nike shoes. And they were so popular, those adverts, that they went, we can make a movie out of this.
Yeah.
This doesn't have that, and nor has there been a Looney Tunes film since 1996.
Yeah. I think it's probably as well because Who Framed Roger Rabbit is so iconic. You've got a guy with a bunny rabbit as well. Maybe also this is after Space Jam. Maybe they thought they could kind of cash in the same way that Who Framed Roger Rabbit did, but it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Even though I love the tunes that are in this, annoyingly, I don't see them enough. There's more centred around Brendan Fraser's character and his crap. Sorry, she makes me so angry.
Okay.
His co-star in this, who's probably one of the most wooden. Oh, overacting.
How can you be wooden and also overact?
Because her motion is so wooden. I don't know. She's terrible. Sorry.
We'll get into the human characters in a sec, but I just want to talk about a bit more of why this is, but the background behind it. Mm-hmm. So Chuck Jones had recently passed away.
Okay.
Chuck Jones obviously is a big Looney Tunes animator. Mm-hmm. Did all the Grinch stuff.
Yeah.
And and Tom and Jerry had to go at that for a bit. Yeah. He passed away, but he was friends with Joe Dante.
Yeah.
Who was the director of this? Mm-hmm. Joe Dante, of course, made Gremlins happen. Mm-hmm. He made Gremlins 2 happen. Mm-hmm. And we all know how Gremlins 2 opens.
Yeah, with the Looney Tunes stuff.
With the Looney Tunes short, right? So he's a big fan of his Looney Tunes anyway.
Yeah. So
he did this to sort of be like, oh, this is for my friend Chuck.
Yeah.
Because he helped him on Gremlins 2. I don't think Joe Dante... He hasn't quite got the edge that a Robert Zemeckis or a Spielberg would have. Yeah,
to make it more maybe of a family film, to have sort of like a... It's weird, it's something like the Looney Tunes, which is very family-friendly. It doesn't feel like that much of a family-friendly film.
Do you think it's because it's the lack of jokes?
I think it's the lack of jokes, it's the lack of tunes, weirdly, because even though you've got Bugs and Daffy are really carrying the story, you don't really get much much of them in it. It's more to do with, again, Brendan Fraser's character and who he's meeting on his journey.
Yeah.
Alongside his other really terrible co-star.
I can't wait for you to lay into that woman.
Oh.
Joe Dante has said he doesn't talk about this film anymore. He just doesn't talk about it in interviews. He's more suited to the horror side of stuff.
Yeah.
Gremlins, I'm talking. The Hole, have you seen The Hole?
I have seen The Hole.
You've seen The Hole?
Yeah.
With the creepy clown?
Yeah.
Yeah. Small Soldiers as well.
Yeah.
I think he's good at that stuff. If he goes too family friendly, he loses his spark.
Yeah.
And you can tell.
Yeah. I mean, you can also tell this has come out of a place of love.
For him, yes. But I don't think the script is very good. Okay, you're a child.
I was a child once.
You were a child once. We all grew up. What sort of films did you watch when you were a kid?
Films like Jumanji.
Okay.
So they were...
Adventure.
Yeah, so kind of the Page Master, stuff like that.
Sure, like wizards, a bit of magic.
But then I liked the Muppets. Like Treasure Island was great.
Yeah. Did you watch any films about movie studios and how movies were made?
No.
No, I think the problem with this film is it's fucking boring for a child.
Yes.
No child is going to be like, oh, I can't wait to see how films are made. They don't want that. They want Looney Tunes going after each other and causing chaos. Not, Bugs Bunny's contract's running out, or Daffy Duck isn't as popular as it used to be. No one cares.
But talking about that and putting it alongside a film such as Who Framed Roger Rabbit, that film it's also got some quite adult themes in it. And especially the first part of it's quite boring. Why do you think more families watch Who Framed Roger Rabbit and remember that for being so iconic as opposed to this?
Because at least Who Framed Roger Rabbit had a mystery behind it. It was a classic whodunit. Whereas this doesn't settle into a plot, and when it does, it's stupid. But when it settles into a plot, is maybe half an hour in. At that point, what are you doing this whole time?
What's happened? Yeah.
It's too much of a bad thing, this film.
Yeah, I find it really disjointed. I feel like I'm watching several different films, just all mashed together.
We were watching it, and I think you started a conversation for about 5 minutes. And then I asked you after that conversation we had, and I was like, what's happened in the film that you've not been watching the last 5 minutes? And you couldn't tell me.
No, nor did I care.
Yeah, exactly. Which is a problem. At least with Space Jam.
Oh, here we go
again. At least with Space Jam.
I love Space Jam.
You've got aliens. You've got Danny DeVito's doing stuff. Yes, you've got the boring Michael Jordan stuff. But you've still got some decent Looney Tunes stuff to get there.
Yeah.
Cartoons in the real world, I don't think work.
No. But again, I do like Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
But that has cartoon elements brought into the real world, and there is still a cartoon world.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Again, I think it does work, but it just depends, really.
I'm thinking more your Garfields.
Oh yeah, Garfield was cool,
where Garfield is the only animated character. I'm thinking your Tom and Jerry's.
Yeah.
Where they're cartoons and no one else is.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
The problem I have when films do that is I don't want to spend time in the real world.
Yeah, you want to be able to go into that toon world.
Exactly. I want their laws of physics. You know, where you can run off a cliff and then you wait there for a little bit before you then fall. I don't want to see people falling off a cliff.
Yeah.
That would be insane. Let's talk about the characters.
Okay.
There's a few actors in this.
Yes, there are actors in this. Well done, James.
I'm going to ask you for 3 people who you think are fully committed to this film. Because I think there are some...
Well, one of them for definite is Steve Martin.
Okay, do you want to talk about him real quick?
He plays the villain in this.
And this is connected to Who Framed Roger Rabbit as well.
Okay.
Because it's Acme. It's that company we were talking about.
I don't really know who he is or what he's supposed to be doing, other than that he's the head of Acme wanting to steal some diamond. I couldn't tell you what he's basing this off of. I couldn't tell you what accent he's supposed to have.
Okay.
He's got several different accents going on. It's all very weird.
Steve Martin sort of has a really weird, like a bob cut in this.
Yeah, it's so strange.
He's got glasses on. His smile has never looked wider.
No, he's not the worst thing in this either.
Yeah. No, he is committed to the bit. And kudos to him for that, but I think he's miscast. Nor do I think he's popular around the 2000s.
He's very Vector in Despicable Me. That's the sort of vibe he was giving off.
Yeah. We discussed who we thought he was ripping off. And we thought it was Robin Williams. Mm-hmm. He is doing something that Robin Williams would do given the chance.
Yeah, I think Robin Williams would have been a better fit for the role.
Do you think they asked him? Do you think they couldn't get
They
him?
wouldn't be able to have gotten Robin Williams. He's too good for that shit.
Oh, hang on. Okay, this is 2003 this came out. Is this not after The Grinch and The Cat in the Hat?
Maybe. They're doing more like Carey.
Are they? Yeah, they're trying to do the SNL actors.
Who knows?
Who knows? Okay, another actor in this who's committed.
Joan Cusack.
Oh, Joan Cusack.
Oh, she finds a role and she commits. She does not care.
Should we just have a round of applause for?
Yes.
Joan?
We love you, Joan.
Joan, if you're listening.
Oh, you're so cool.
She's so great. I forgot she was in this.
Oh, any role she does, she commits. She does not care. She's there for it, and I'm here for it.
She plays what? She plays a sort of scientist person.
Yeah.
She doesn't add anything to the plot. She's just there.
Mm-hmm.
But she's great.
Yeah, I really like her. No one knows where she went either. It's very strange.
Actually, yeah. What happened to her?
She just turned up and then went away.
Ah, that is I imagine she
the
does
Toon
that.
way.
Yeah, the Joan Cusack way. Another actor that you think's committed to the bit? I think there's one more that you're really missing.
Do you think Brendan Fraser's giving it everything he's got?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
I say he is probably in third position out of all of them.
I agree, but I don't think that's because he's not trying. He's given a part that he can do in his sleep.
Yeah, it's very paint by numbers.
Exactly. If he had the chance to do a character, do a Rick O'Connell or a other Brendan Fraser character who I can't think of, then he'd do it. The Whale. If he had to do the Whale,
George of the Jungle.
George of the Jungle is what I was thinking of.
But you said the Whale.
I said the Whale.
Because those
Lean
films
into
are
it.
so similar.
Yes, actually. If he had to do a character with a distinct way of speaking or a characteristic, he'd do it. Here, he is playing Brendan Fraser's stuntman.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it. Nothing else.
There's no depth there.
No.
There's, you looked into what was going on in his personal life.
Yes.
Halfway through this, and I think you hit the nail on the head with a few points.
Yeah, he had quite a lot going off with his personal life around this time.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends when this was filmed as well, because it came out in 2003. Obviously, it had been filmed beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he got all of his stuff going on too with his divorce.
Yeah.
The assault. It was all kind of happening around that time. So
it's really shit.
It's really sad. Yeah.
Yeah. I do think this is you have to do. I think this is contract obligation.
I mean, it's not too long off of The Mummy.
Yeah.
Because The Mummy Returns came out in 2001.
Yes.
So this was filmed in 2002. I wonder if he was the big name attached to the project. Mm-hmm. Maybe he thought he was doing a good thing. I don't know.
I think do you think the film Bedazzled sort of made him go, okay, you've got to do comedy now? You're going down this fairy vengeance
Do you know,
route.
I've never seen it. But
No,
I remember
neither.
seeing it all the time in Blockbuster and people loving it.
I remember the poster. I could draw that poster
I
from
could draw the
memory.
poster, yeah.
Yeah. Never seen it. Never going to cover it on this podcast. Sorry.
Oh.
The Bedazzled fans. Sorry.
Sorry, guys.
I think I think he's committed to it, though.
Yeah, he's doing what he can, I guess.
Because he's doing okay, don't want to talk about Space Jam too much. Mm-hmm. But at least Brendan Fraser is trying to act against nothing.
Yeah.
He's picturing Daffy and Bugs in, like, face to face.
Yeah, and he's reacting accordingly.
Yeah, I think he's one of the few people who actually make eye contact with those characters. Mm-hmm. Which I want to get back to later.
Okay.
Who don't you like in this?
I don't know who the hell she is.
Her name is Jenna Elfman.
Oh.
She was in Dharma and Greg.
She's never done anything to offend me or anything like that.
Probably a nice lady.
She's probably a really lovely person, but you know what? I think it's a mix of the fact that she's a poor actress and the character is written terribly. Mm-hmm. She's so whiny and boring. I mean, I guess that's what her character's supposed to be.
Yeah.
But my God, I've never wanted to reach in and punch a character as much as her. Other than Noodle from Wonka.
From Wonka. I figured out what character she reminded me of.
Okay.
She reminded me of Kate Capshaw's character from Temple of Doom.
Okay.
Adding nothing to the story, not really helping.
No.
But just sort of being there and reacting.
Getting in the way. There's no real chemistry between her and Fraser either.
They don't even end up together.
It's crap. I'm sorry. I don't like her interactions with the Toons either. I don't think that's funny. There's nothing very redeeming about her character at all.
What was her name? Her character name?
I don't even know because I wasn't interested. But she's terrible. And so is that other lady, the one that was dancing in Vegas.
Oh, that's Heather Locklear.
What was she doing?
Her best.
And that's all she can do.
That's all anyone can do. And if that's your best, then fine. You know, I don't want to... If people have got like posters of Looney Tunes back in action on their wall and being like, that was the best thing I've ever done, I don't want to be the person to shit on that. I don't work in movies. It must be difficult.
This is a children's film and she's there slapping a butt saying, I'm a real bad girl. It's so weird.
But that feels a bit Austin Powers-esque.
I get what you mean.
Yeah.
But Austin Powers is good.
Austin Powers... Also, it's not like Caesar's Palace or anything. It's not a fancy club. It's a dive.
It's like Fantasy Island.
It's
Skegness.
It looks like, for anyone listening who doesn't know where Skegness is, it's where hopes and dreams go to die, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. But there are 2p machines.
But within the Skegness location, there is an even worse place called Fantasy Island, in which all your fantasies go to die.
I think it's a fantasy for people who have tried crystal meth. I really want to go England. I think it's a horrible place.
Oh, it really is.
But that's neither here nor there.
No, but if it's weird that parts of the Looney Tunes aesthetic in this film look very much like Fantasy Island.
Yeah, they look like the Inglemells Market.
It really does, and that's concerning.
That is a problem. That's what I think as well. This is quite boring to look at.
Yeah.
I know it's set in the real world, and most of it's set on a backlot, I would assume. The Warner Brothers backlot. Mm-hmm. But so is La La Land, for instance. And that looks nice.
Yeah, it seems magical. I mean, this had Batman in. Why didn't this film feel magical?
It had a Batman cameo. It had another cameo that I sort of went, oh, that's cool. I forget who it was.
The Animaniacs in the Water Tower.
They were not in there. If anything, they died.
No.
They did. Their home was destroyed.
No, that means they're going to be running around the lot. Just before we run
What?
around the lot.
That's the last thing we need.
Lot.
It's kind of weird that the Animaniacs aren't even referenced.
Were they out around this time?
They were out way before this time.
Oh, I'd have loved to have seen them in this.
I think it's because Joe Dante's... He hated Space Jam. He did. He thought that's not what Looney Tunes is. And a lot of people don't like Space Jam. I hate to break it to you.
Well, it's very mid-film, isn't it?
It's so mid. But it is what it is. I have a love for it, but I admit it's mid. Yeah, so he thought, okay, I'm going to give Looney Tunes a go and see if I can do it properly. The Looney Tunes action in the last half of this film is pretty good. Mm-hmm. However, the Looney Tunes are not front and centre.
No.
Nor are they together.
No.
It's Daffy and it's Bugs.
And that's it.
It's not the if you wanted a Looney Tunes movie, you only get 2. And then cameos from the other ones.
Yeah. We don't get nearly enough Taz as I'd like to be seeing. We don't get nearly enough of the Wile E. Coyote. Because he's so funny.
They don't know what to do with the Wile E. Coyote.
No one knows what to do with
Release Coyote versus Acme. So what's the plot of this film? What is it? I think there's 5. Pick one.
Right. So the very first plot of the film is the fact that Daffy doesn't want to share the limelight with Bugs and he gets fired. Bugs
is the popular one. Daffy, everyone hates Daffy.
The lady who was responsible for Daffy getting fired gets told that her job is now fired because ratings have gone down or some shit like that to do with the movies. The actors aren't performing as well, whatever. She's got to produce the duck by Monday morning.
There was a good line about that I said has aged beautifully. Oh, that's it. She says, my movies have made millions, like 999 million or whatever. And then the Warner Brothers, who are the twins from the Gremlins 2, they go, it's not 1 billion. And that joke has aged like fine wine. Like the finest of wines.
Finest of wine.
The greed of corporate America is right there in the Warner Brothers studio in 2003.
Oh, yes, as it is now.
As it is, what are they doing?
No one knows.
I hate that they don't know what to do with any of this stuff.
Oh, they need someone who's really passionate about this stuff to really bring it off the ground.
Yeah. I think that's a problem as well. Are Looney Tunes popular anymore?
No, but saying that, there's Bugs Bunny shit everywhere.
Oh yeah, I think they are a name. I think if you said to a child who is, say, let's take for instance your nephew. Mm-hmm. He's currently got like Bugs Bunny pajamas. Mm-hmm. Do you think he knows who those people are on his pajamas?
No, I think he knows their image.
Uh-huh.
Like, he knows what they look like, but he's at an age where he wants to play Fortnite.
Which is a problem.
Like, video games have taken over a lot more, maybe.
I think as well, like, cast your mind back to 2002. We're watching Saturday morning TV. Pokemon's out. You know what I mean? That's the kicker. Mm-hmm. Disney's on the decline.
Yeah.
This would have been a perfect time for the Looney Tunes to go, right, okay, it's our time.
It's our time to shine.
But they didn't. I don't know what they were dragging their heels with. Maybe
other than people like us and like really young children, do you think there's kind of a middle ground where there are reruns of Looney Tunes that people are watching?
I think that is the case now, where people have HBO Max and they can watch them. But we're in the UK where HBO Max is not. It's not over here.
Yeah.
Am I right? So, if we wanted to watch them again, it's Space Jam, or it's YouTube, and that's it.
And it's purely coming from a place of nostalgia. If you were to release the Looney Tunes film now, would people be bothered who weren't our age?
Exactly. Well,
or people who remember them more.
I think that's a very interesting conversation, because if they did release this Coyote versus Acme, would people have gone to it because it's a Looney Tunes movie? I don't think it would have been a success commercially.
No, I don't think it would either. And ultimately, as you've said it yourself, it's not $1 billion.
It could be that could be the best family film of the year. Mm-hmm. But they are not enough in the psyche of the youth of the world for everyone to go, let's go watch that Looney Tunes movie.
There's only one way it could be, and that's if it does a bit of a Puss in Boots, where it gets really good word of mouth and everyone has to go and see it. Because by the time, for example, the second Puss in Boots movie came out, no one gave a shit about Shrek really anymore.
I think
especially Puss in Boots, they didn't really care so much. The first film didn't do amazingly. No one asked for it. Mm-hmm. But oh my god, it was such a good film. Then it got really good word of mouth and everyone started watching it.
What is interesting as well is that this has got a very similar premise to Space Jam: A New Legacy, mm-hmm. where the studios are like, we don't know what to do with these characters. Mm-hmm. And the studio is the villain. Mm-hmm. Why would the Warner Brothers release a film where they are the villain if they know... Are they sort of leaning into it? It's like, yeah, we're the villain. We are the problem. It's a Space Jam movie, you're going to love it.
Well, Hollywood likes movies about itself, doesn't it?
But kids don't. Kids aren't going to watch Space Jam 2: A New Legacy and go, oh yeah, I know all about this.
Yeah.
They want to see Looney Tunes do loony stuff.
This silly slapstick stuff, but I think as well, now again with the rise of kind of streaming and stuff like that, are more kids watching older cartoons such as Family Guy. I mean, we had South Park around that time, didn't we?
I mean, Simpsons is on the rise again now.
Yeah. I mean, it's nice to see the Simpsons back on the rise. I think the problem that we've got with this film is it's just not funny.
That is a problem. There are jokes here where... If there's a joke where the human actors, mm-hmm. are interacting, the Looney Tunes will be doing something in the background.
Yeah.
But what they're doing in the background is just reminding us that this is a Looney Tunes movie. I think there's a bit where, like, nothing's happening. I think Brendan Fraser's talking to that lady we don't like.
Yeah.
And then, like, Bugs is just, like, in the back shrugging. It's like, but who's that for? That's not a joke.
Yeah.
A joke has a punchline. That's not a punchline.
No, the best parts of this film are when we get the Looney Tunes doing their thing.
Together.
Yeah, when we get the kind of painting scene in the museum, that's one of the best scenes ever.
I agree. I think that's top tier Looney Tunes, and I think it's quite unique.
So creative, that is.
I don't really want to go into like the plot of the movie because, like, what is it?
There isn't one. It's crap.
It's a bit Johnny English.
Oh, There's been way too many of them films as well.
They're doing another one.
Oh, however much I love Rowan Atkinson, he's such a treasure.
Yeah.
I don't need to see any more Johnny English.
No. Did you ever watch Man vs. Bee?
No.
Oh, okay. We should watch Man vs. Bee.
Is it good?
I don't know. I heard it was quite good.
Oh, okay, I'll have to give it a watch.
It's a man, and guess what he's up against?
A bee.
A bee.
Oh, it's a bee.
I think there comes a point in every comedian's career, well, not every, there are a few exceptions, where they're just not with it. They're not cool.
Yeah, they're trying to kind of like move their material up with the ever-changing times, and they just struggle to find that audience again, maybe.
When was the last time Steve Martin did a family movie?
Is it like Cheaper by the Dozen? Or
Cheaper by the Dozen. People like those though, right?
Yeah, I think they do. Yeah, they make more of them.
They make two of them.
It must have been in other films as well, I've just not seen.
Steve Martin works better when he can swear. When he can do something a bit unhinged. And he's doing it here. He's doing the best he can.
Yeah, I like him.
Yeah.
But this I didn't hate, which I thought I was going to.
This film?
No, his performance in this, I thought I was going to hate, and I didn't. Because the moment he came on, I was like, oh, shit. Mm-hmm. Oh, this is so weird.
But you sort of like get used to it a little bit.
Weirdly, yeah.
He's talking a bit like this.
Yeah, once you get used to the fact it's completely weird.
Yeah.
It's good fun.
It's good fun. This film isn't.
This film is not fun.
They have to go to... They're globe hopping.
For no reason.
For no reason. And also, like, it doesn't do it well. There's an example of it where I was like, oh, they have to go to Paris.
Yeah.
And Brendan Fraser's like, how do we get to Paris? And Bugs goes, like this! And then he just pulls the frame up and they're in Paris. That doesn't pay off. That same joke has been done in the Muppets movie. Yeah, the Jason Segel one.
Yeah.
We'll travel by map.
Mm-hmm.
That's funnier. That's a joke about these films where there's a montage where they're travelling.
Yeah.
That's a better joke. I think it's halfway there, but I do think it's a little bit lazy.
Yeah.
Because you can't just be in Paris. I don't care if it is a cartoon.
Yeah, I mean, come on, let's think about it, guys. You got to get out of the way. So get out of the Nevada desert to the airport.
Yeah.
You have to buy a ticket. You've got to then get over to Paris. That's a long flight.
Exactly.
Jet lag is going to be up your ass. That is not going to be nice. And do you get a ticket for the rabbit and the dog? Do they
go in the cargo hold?
They go free? Oh my god, there's so many legal questions.
You would not let a Looney Tune fly a plane.
On the contrary, all Looney Tunes should fly planes.
Apart from, I'd say, Granny.
Yes.
She's too old.
maybe experience is a good thing.
Moving swiftly on from that comment, because that was gross. The bit in the museum, the Louvre.
The Louvre.
The Louvre. They have to find it's gone very espionage spy stuff, and they have to find a clue that's on the Mona Lisa.
It's all very, even what they're wearing, they're all of a sudden they're in leather.
Also, sorry, the costume department has not. Like, where is it? Because they're all just wearing. Like, I think Brendan Fraser's just wearing what he wore to rehearsal.
Yeah.
Like his Nikes, he's got a vest top on or whatever.
And the lady we don't like has a beret on.
Yeah.
And she's overacting like crazy Nazi. She's got these weird pink sunglasses that, like, again, why?
She never looks Bugs Bunny in the eye.
She's just crap, come on.
And I think that's the problem with the animation. I don't think that's them. I think with Roger Rabbit, we talked about this in the episode, but they had reference. They had a frame of reference, so like a dummy where they could match the eye line. I'm doing it to you now. I'm matching. We are looking into each other's eyes right now.
And I'm really scared.
What are you thinking? Okay, great. But you see what I mean? They know, the actors know where to look.
Yes.
This, I don't think they have that.
No.
Nor do I. I think it's gone very Mary Poppins.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Or even Space Jam. Space Jam.
I've not talked enough about Space Jam in this episode.
It's hard not to.
It's my favourite.
This is a successor to Space Jam. This is what the director went, I want to do Space Jam, but better. And he came up with this. I think he tried. I think he really tried. But he didn't do it. Are you looking at the Space Jam poster?
I am looking at the Space Jam poster, yeah. We're in a room right now, ladies and gentlemen, that has Space Jam: A New Legacy, because that is James's favourite film.
It's not my favourite film.
Then why is it there?
Because it's similar to our podcast name.
Oh.
Is it not?
We're in the Space Jam room.
I'm not gonna lie, that's quite a cool poster.
It is quite a cool poster, actually. I like how Bugs is looking at
He's looking at me.
Looking at you, yeah.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, you would.
I got your balls.
My basketballs. He's holding one basketball. In the first Space Jam, Michael Jordan knows where to look. He's got people on green. He's on a green screen, and he's looking at people in green screen suits or whatever they're called. And then they're drawn in to match the eye line.
Yeah.
I don't think this is happening in this. I think these people... You know when in the movies where someone's holding something that isn't there, and they're pretending, and their hands look like Lego hands?
Yeah.
That happened quite a lot in this.
Yeah, it did.
And I don't think the animators were like, oh, okay, I don't know what to do. Like, I've drawn, like, she's holding Daffy, but Daffy's very thin. It's unacceptable. Do you think they look good, though, the Looney Tunes?
No.
I disagree. I think they look quite good.
No, I don't. But then again, I really like the old-fashioned cartoons.
Right.
That's nostalgia talking here.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I do wish it was the old design of Bugs.
I know what you mean, because I found it really jarring during that opening scene with them in the boardroom. Mm-hmm. You know, because we're shown at the beginning of the film a cartoon that then goes into the real world. And they just, I don't know, they seem like really oddly shiny, and I don't know, it's really weird.
I quite like it, though.
Oh, I didn't.
I didn't mind the live-action Looney Tunes we had in Space Jam New Legacy. Yeah, when they got the fur and stuff.
I'd say yes, but I've never seen it.
Okay. It's the film that gave me COVID.
Film gave you COVID?
Space Jam New Legacy gave me COVID.
How?
Long story short, I didn't have COVID. I went to see Space Jam New Legacy. Then I had COVID.
Was you in a cinema by yourself?
There were a few people in there. So I'm going to assume that someone coughed onto me or in my mouth.
Someone coughed into your mouth?
It happens.
What? Did someone cough on your sausage roll?
I bought a sausage roll from Greg's. I was really looking forward to that sausage roll from Greg's. And then someone walked past me and went, and I was like, well, that's that going straight in the bin. Like, fuming. And
did you eat it, though?
I was having a really, really midday. And I thought, you know what's going to make it better? It's a nice sausage roll.
Sausage roll.
And it looked good. It was a good-looking sausage roll. And then someone went, and I'm like, that's going straight on the floor.
So you and people coughing around you is just hard. It happens all the time.
It gave me COVID. It gave me COVID.
I like that. Space Jam New Legacy gave you COVID.
Yeah. It's not a good film.
It's not a good film.
Space Jam.
Mid.
Let's talk about the final third of this movie. Mm-hmm. It goes into... this is the dumbest joke in the film. They're in the Nevada desert. I'm backtracking a little.
Yeah.
And they find a secret area of aliens. Mm-hmm. I like the cameo of the Dalek.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
That's neat. And I like the danger, danger.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy. I forget his name.
I don't know it either.
His name's Robot.
Mr. Robot.
Great. So, Joan Cusack's there, and they're like, oh, is this Area 51? And they're like, no, this isn't Area 51. This is the area that Area 51 is distracting you from. This is Area 52. And I think we rolled on the floor laughing at that point.
Oh, God, yeah, I couldn't stop.
Did you ruffle? Did you ruffle?
I did, yes.
Oh, I ruffled so hard.
So hard.
I'm ruffling right now.
Like, that is the funniest thing I've ever heard.
Not a good joke.
Oh, and it's such a shame because some of the characters in that scene are so great to look at.
They're a bit creative, aren't they?
I like that, yeah.
So, anyway, then Marvin the Martian's there. One of my favourites.
Oh, you love Mr. Martian, don't you?
Oh, that makes me very angry. He's just so small. And the way he runs as well, he can't see his feet. Oh, what a guy. Sexy.
No, he's not sexy.
So he's like, I'm gonna... I don't know why he's gone Kermit the Frog.
Neither do I, but I'm here for it.
Okay, but he's working for Steve Martin. All these Looney Tunes, these other Looney Tunes, these cameos, like Sylvester, Tweety, Granny, Taz... Mm-hmm. They are all villains in this.
They're all working for Acme, which makes sense because in the Toon universe...
Tooniverse?
In the Tooniverse, guys, we are making that a thing.
I think that was the thing.
Acme's a big studio, isn't it? It's a big company.
It's a global conglomerate.
Exactly.
Oh, I know, 2 words.
2 big words.
2 is synergy. There's another one for you.
Oh.
Take that to the bank. Bank.
Cash that in.
Cash that one in.
Cash that in, Mr. Chips. Oh, wow. No, so I think that it makes sense that they would all be working for Acme because that's the company that, as well, if we go back to Roger Rabbit, that owns Toontown.
Do you think this is the same universe as Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Yes.
This is the universe that breaking down the barriers
Yes.
of Toontown and real world in 1930 Roger Rabbit.
Maybe, but I love Toontown so much I don't want to think about it not being there.
Because they are still making movies.
They are indeed.
So I think it could be the shared universe. Which is why I needed to talk about it after the Roger Rabbit episode.
Okay, you pick crap films.
Whoa, 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 whoa. So... Anyway, Marvin the Martian turns up. He's an alien, of course. He's a Martian.
He's a Martian. Funny that.
Oh, that's his name. It would be weird if that wasn't his species. Marvin the Martian, and he's just a guy.
Just a guy. Hi, I'm Marvin.
But he starts working to find this sort of jewel that turns people into monkeys, whereas Steve Martin would say, monkeys.
So these monkeys will apparently go out and buy Acme crap.
No, they will make the Acme crap to the people to buy more Acme crap, and therefore take over the world, which is not a threat to anyone. Can you pick those up, please?
What?
It's the stakes. They've never been lower.
Oh, fuck me.
They've never been a lot. That's a home run, I think.
Oh, that's one of the worst jokes you've ever told.
I thought of that midway through this film.
That's really, really sad.
What was funnier, that joke I just said, or the Area 52 joke?
Oh, that was funnier what you just said.
Thank you. I should have written this movie.
Actually, I could have done a better job. One of my biggest laughs in this was Mr. Martian.
Doing...
When we get the big scene towards the end where he's chasing the Bugs and Daffy in space.
Uh-huh.
And they make him wind his window down.
Yeah, they pull up next to him and they're like trying to find directions, and he winds his window down and he gets sucked out of the ship. but then there's a good a Cape Fear reference where he's at the bottom of the thing.
All those jokes are pretty good when they're in the spaceships trying to get at each other.
Yeah.
Because instead of just knocking Marvin out of the way, Bugs gets this thing out that just scratches his car. He gets really angry. He's like, ah! Yeah.
I love that we get duck dodgers in this.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's important to Daffy Duck's existence.
Yes. I was about to say, I don't say character arcs. He didn't have one.
No one has a character arc. Yeah, I like seeing duck dodgers. I liked that he kept putting the rocket on and it kept blowing up and he just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
That's a good gag. But again, that was entertaining, but only because the humans have gone... They're not in this anymore.
Yeah, once we get a good tune segment, it becomes funny.
Yeah.
That's what we miss. So I'm still thinking about Marvin getting sucked out the window.
You're thinking about Marvin getting sucked off?
Yes.
Oh, great.
You say sexy.
I love that Daffy said, "Fifth means war." Mm-hmm. I just think that's great.
Oh, well, that's nice.
I just thought I'd let you know.
You just wanted to say it like him.
Oh, a shout out to Timothy Dalton, T-Doll, who is Brendan Fraser's dad. Mm-hmm. He's a sort of Roger Moore character in this.
He is, and he doesn't have anything to do.
No.
Except for just bashing out some men with his legs. He did not miss leg day. He was just out there going slap.
I didn't see that bit.
Slap.
What bit was that?
It was the bit where I think Steve Martin's like, "How's the prisoner?"
In his voice, please.
I can't do that shit.
Okay.
And they put it on the screen, so it keeps going up to that weird like owl singing in a tree, doesn't it? On his TV screen.
Oh, it keeps doing the I like to singer, which there's a running gag.
Do what?
I love to singer. That was a trend in audio for a while.
Aww.
Maybe like 2 days. Yeah, meanwhile, the humans are fighting against a robot dog, which looks terrible.
It doesn't look as bad as the Scorpion King from The Mummy Returns.
That's an interesting comparison, yeah.
Yeah, when we're talking about bad special effects, I will always compare
to the Scorpion King. Is that because you watched it recently, or is that the one that...
Always. It's never left my head.
Really?
Oh, because it's just so shit, isn't it? Come on, you're like, they made that off on paint.
I agree.
That's because they were told to rush it. So the studio gets what it deserves with that.
That's on them, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Timothy Dalton's about to get hit by a train, which is the Train of Doom.
Train of Doom, you liked that. Who had the Pendulum of Death?
Yeah, Steve Martin was like, the Pendulum of Doom. You put the Pendulum of Doom? I didn't ask for the Pendulum of Doom. funny joke. Why the Coyote's in this?
He doesn't have much to do in it, but the bits he does do are really good.
Underused. Really sack me. Just saying. Also, he's great. You liked when he answered the phone and he held up the sign that said hello?
Hello. Yeah, I like that.
And then the film sort of just ends.
Yeah, it's like we've managed to get the satellite to use the monkey diamond on Steve Martin. Now he's turned into a monkey.
Yes.
The end.
Yeah, no one...
It's so abrupt, almost like a cartoonist sometimes.
No one... It just sort of wraps up.
That's all, folks.
Yeah, it goes a bit fourth wall breaky, where, like, Brendan Fraser is there as the character he's been playing throughout this film, and Brendan Fraser.
Yeah, it's like, oh, by the way, this was all a film that you've just watched. It's a film within a film, isn't it?
Yeah. Daffy gets a good moment, though, where he's like, yeah, Bugs doesn't do anything.
No, he doesn't, and it's such a shame.
And Daffy, like, goes, oh, it's my time to shine now, and then That's All Folks lands on him, and then, because they're wrapping up the filming, like, Porky Pig can't finish it.
Yeah, it's just, and that's it.
Do you think do you think they didn't know what to do, or do you think that's in the spirit of what they wanted to do?
It could have been a mix of both.
I just think they ran out of ideas and were like, we need this out as soon as, because we're doing Harry Potter. I don't know if you've noticed, because we've released Harry Potter the last few years, and that's more important than this.
Yeah, people are rushing out to see this shit. We also need to get these actors still in contracts.
Yeah.
Let's put all our money into that.
Let's pump out. Joe Dante wants to do a Looney Tunes. Let's let him. Saves him doing fucking Gremlins 3. Which, why not? Why not let him...
I really like Gremlins 2, but apparently people don't like it. Yeah, because I don't know why.
It's weak.
Hey, as we got down towards the end, when I almost got to the end of it, you were like, oh, I wish I'd have stayed and watched it with you.
I do like its campiness. But again, I think it's too much of a weird thing.
Oh no, it's just enough.
It's not enough horror. I need that little edge. I think Joe Dante needs that edge. If he goes full comedy, he loses it.
I see, but you're wrong. Gremlins 2's a masterpiece.
But your counter argument would be Gizmo in a bandana.
Oh, it's so cute.
Okay, great, yeah. What is interesting is that the credits play out to a very mid 2000s song, but it plays out with the storyboards, like the drawings of them doing the animation. So why not just do that? Why not just do that?
Do what?
Just everything is a cartoon. Just put out a cartoon. I know people don't like 2D animation anymore, but
would just a 2D version of Looney Tunes, would that have been a hit at the time? No, I don't think it would have been.
I don't think it would have been, but I think it would have been more critically acclaimed, and therefore may potentially win certain awards.
They should have just released a new Space Jam if they were that bothered about it.
They did, and it fucking sucked.
They didn't do it as recent, did they? They should have just done it quicker.
There were talks of doing a skate jam. I think this is true, where they wanted Tony Hawk to do.
Oh, that'd have been quite cool.
But that was maybe 1999.
Oh, wouldn't it just been great if we'd have got a Jackass and Looney Tunes?
Oh, is that what you'd want?
I'd have done that, yeah.
Okay, I can see that. I just don't think there's no demand for these characters anymore, and I think Warner Brothers know that.
Yeah.
Because they've got Game of Thrones happening and stuff like this. There's too much going off, but I think there's enough nostalgia to carry these characters forward. Should a good film appear, it needs a Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. It needs a Spider-Verse. It needs something of that quality and that sort of animation. Something different.
But those are properties that can get a bit dark. I don't feel like Looney Tunes can. It's all very slapstick.
Okay.
I feel like sadly, I think personally, these will end up being... They'll do better on your home media. These are going to do better as like TV series. Like the Animaniacs has had a resurgence again as a new series. I think that's probably where they'll live for a little bit.
Yeah.
Until they know what to do with it. I
have seen bits of the cartoon. They redid the Looney Tunes as a cartoon. I think Kristen Wiig does the voice of Lola. It's really funny. Any clip I've ever seen, I've laughed at. But people aren't watching it. Because kids are just... What even are kids into? It's Fortnite, isn't it? Is the problem?
I think more kids like to game, and that's fair enough. Things change with the time. I mean, think about it. When we were growing up, we were playing the Looney Tunes games. It made sense that we got films like Space Jam and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I remember there being a Looney Tunes game.
Was it a Looney Tunes game?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there was.
It was a Space Jam game.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. We were watching what we were playing.
Mm-hmm.
Even then, so I don't know. I think the giants really of the animated world are still your likes of Disney and Pixar.
Yes.
And like Illumination's still got the Despicable Me properties. They keep churning out every few years.
I do think it is a problem. I hate to talk about them again, but with the problem with the Animaniacs, they put the nail in the coffin for the Looney Tunes, I think.
You did how?
I think it stems from Roger Rabbit happened, and then there was like, right, we need something Looney Tunes, but we don't want to do Looney Tunes. Spielberg got involved, and he did Tiny Toons Adventures, which was a big success. I watched it. I don't know if you watched it.
No.
Okay. But that's had a resurgence.
I do remember the Tiny Toons though.
Yeah, but then that was such a big success that the Animaniacs happened, and because the Animaniacs happened, like Bugs Bunny and Daffy and stuff had cameos in Tiny Toons, but then Animaniacs was so good and ran for quite a stretch, that people forgot that the Looney Tunes were a thing.
They forgot the older stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And then like obviously Space Jam had come out and stuff like that, but there was nothing to really put the Looney Tunes back on that podium.
No.
And it's an interesting chain of events that have happened for this to be the place where the Looney Tunes are. Mm-hmm. That's my 2 cents. Yeah,
I think if there was to make another movie now, it could end up going very Muppets.
Would that be a problem?
I don't know, because I don't think the Muppets didn't do particularly well, did it?
I think the first one did. Most Wanted didn't.
Yeah, so that's the thing. Do people want these films?
It's an interesting question. I think the Looney Tunes to Warner Brothers are what the Muppets are to Disney, where they just don't know what to do with them. Mm-hmm. They don't know if they're popular anymore, and they don't know if they can make money at the end of the day. Yeah. Obviously they can. You chuck a Bugs Bunny on a t-shirt, someone's going to wear it.
It's so strange because I feel like Space Jam has took a massive resurgence again. Like, for example, when we have been into arcades and stuff like that, there's loads of toys and merchandise that are all related to the Looney Tunes, and people are trying to win them. Like, they genuinely want that stuff. Yeah. So I really don't know. It's an odd one.
But that's. I feel like we've covered.
A good
quite a range there.
Yeah.
But we were talking about Looney Tunes back in action, if you remember correctly.
We were, and do you know what?
Better than Space Jam?
No.
No, I don't think it is either.
It's not.
Do you think it has redeeming features?
I like the bit where we get loads of toon action, and I will always enjoy Brendan Fraser no matter what he's doing. He's beautiful.
Correct.
But no, this is just poor.
I think you're being a bit harsh.
No, to me it's the poor man's Roger Rabbit, and it doesn't help the fact that we've just watched Roger Rabbit not long ago.
That's a good point. I forgot we did.
And
literally last week.
And I'm not going to find any joke in this funny, other than Marvin the Martian getting sucked out like car. Which I will think about every day now. On my drive to work, I'm going to be like, put your window down.
Put your window down. I agree. It's not as good as Space Jam, but not for lack of trying.
Yeah, there's some love here, but it just doesn't hit the mark for me.
The problem is the script. The problem is it's just boring. Mm-hmm. It's uninspired. It's quite bland for a cartoon escapade.
Yeah, there's no real colour or anything to it that makes you go, oh my god, that's stunning.
Yeah, and if you wanted to see your favourite Looney Tune in it, prepare to be disappointed.
Unless it's Bugs Bunny or Daffy Duck.
Unless it's Bugs or Daffy. And most of the time it would be.
Yeah.
But I'd like to have seen more Wile E. Coyote. I'd have loved to have seen more Sylvester. Because we grew up with the Sylvester and Tweety mysteries.
Yeah, we did.
So, bring that back. Revive Sylvester and Tweety mysteries, and then that'll get people talking about Looney Tunes again. Like, really good.
Right, go and submit this to Warner Brothers.
I'd love to. I'd love to, but they cancel everything. They're probably cancelling something right now. What's next for them? Dune. Probably it's cancelled. Probably.
Oh no, they need that to make some dollar, don't they?
Oh well, they had Barbie. That made bank.
I bet they're so glad about that. But you know what? Barbie was great.
Barbie was great, but I just wish it was a different company that had it. Because Warner Brothers got some making up to do.
They do indeed. Maybe they could make an Animaniacs film and make your life complete.
They'd never do it. They'd never touch an Animaniacs film. They already made one, it went straight to DVD.
Who knows? Weirder shit's happened.
Weirder shit has happened. But that was Looney Tunes Back in Action. Mm-hmm. The penultimate of season 2 of the Biscuits and Blurays podcast. Next episode is unfortunately
the day after tomorrow! Big tornadoes! Oh, I'm so excited. We've got to watch it again. Mm-hmm. Yeah?
Because hang on. Because it got to the tornado bit and you fell asleep.
Oh, the tornado scene is life.
Oh, that whole film is dog poop.
How dare you? We're watching that film.
Yeah, I know, but I'm not going to enjoy it. I didn't enjoy it the first time.
You will.
I won't.
Make yourself.
No.
Tell your face.
Climate change. Dennis Quaid.
Oh, yes.
I feel like that's the lyric from We Didn't Start the Fire. Climate change, Dennis Quaid. I don't know.
That's beautiful, though. I liked that.
Thank you. Thanks for joining us on the Looney Tunes book and auction.
And what was that?
Would you like me to do it in my Steve Martin voice?
Yes.
Looney Tunes back in action.
That was... Why did you sound like Wacko?
Go away. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching Looney Tunes. I've wanted to talk about this one for a while.
Why? 'Cause it's shit.
Thank
you for that. How can I make my future bride happy? Make her watch this shit?
I don't know how you dare. You made me watch Mean Girls. Fucking what?
Oh, Mean Girls is great.
Thanks for listening, guys. See you next week. Day After Tomorrow is going to suck.
Oh, it's going to be amazing.
Bye-bye.
Bye.